Last week I had a crazy dream. It's where I worked in a hotel, helping people check in, check out, and setting up for conferences. But this particular week, we had a special group called the Listeners. They look like a bunch of people from, well, somewhere out of time. They look like they're from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Some of them even look like Lucille Ball. Others look like the Brady Bunch. I was really confused. Either way, we set up, started to get the conference center ready, because we were having special events of people coming to tell stories. Cowboy poetry, or other stories. That's why they were here, and that's why they're referred to as the Listeners. I found out from the manager that these particular people aren't normal, aren't human even. I was like, what? They're not human? Yeah, they're not human. They're beings that come to listen to stories. That's what they feed on. That's what they savor and enjoy. So, we set up for them so that they could feast on stories. But you had to be careful. You see, these beings had a primal state, and if you triggered it, they might drain you of all of who you are, making you just an empty shell of what you used to be. You'd have to relearn everything, learn how to walk, talk, or do anything. So you had to be quiet as you set up. Because if they're meditating, eating, sleeping, they just might wake up if you disturb them out of this state that they're in and come and feast on you until they're full. Well, we didn't want to wake them up, so we were very quiet, setting up the chairs, moving them slightly. They all seemed like they were in a meditative state, waiting to feast on all the stories being shared that night. Unfortunately, one of the other people setting up chairs dragged it across the floor. The floor was wood. The chair was metal, making a loud and obnoxious noise. The Listeners turned on us, opened up their gaping mouths to reveal normal teeth, but black tarish mouths, dripping and oozing. And as they got close to you, you could feel yourself being pulled in and losing who you are. I threw two of the chairs I had in my hands, battering them, trying to get away. It didn't seem to bother them. They just stood back up, not even ruffled, and kept walking towards me with their mouths wide open. I went running through the hotel to try and find a place to hide. Even if we hid in a room, the door seems to crumble in front of them. Nothing could stop them. So my only hope was to find a quiet corner to where I could hide and be quiet, and get there without them seeing where I went and not making much noise. Me and one other individual found a broom closet, got in there quietly, quickly closed the door, and quietly slinked to the corner of the room, as far from the door as possible to be quiet. As we sat quietly, we slowly heard the menacing sound that they made, the screeching, going quieter and quieter as we waited until they calmed. Eventually they did calm, and luckily no one was really hurt. We were all fast enough to get away. But that was a scary moment for all, because you don't want to disturb the Listeners when they're ready to feast, or they might just feast on you. I woke up. That was a night that I had about 4 or 5 different dreams. This is the only one I could remember from that night. Like most nights, dreams fade for me, just like anyone else. But sometimes their impression sticks around long enough for me to write it down, or even like this one, sticks around strong enough to where I remember it no matter what. They're fun. I like these thriller type dreams, and I hope you do too. Either way, new format, trying something new. Let me know what you think if you like the different backdrop. As well as I'm thinking about going live stream. Giving my no chance to filter, edit, or fix. So you get all the juicy parts of the story, as well as all the mistakes. Makes it to where I have to be a better storyteller myself, and gives you an opportunity to watch it live. It'd be fun to have you guys join me in that format. Either way, until next time, which the next one will be next week, Thursday as always, and be live. Just come join me. Let me know in the comments what times would be best for you to watch. Maybe I'll try and arrange the time that would best fit everyone to be able to join me. But until then, sweet dreams.